Hey folks, welcome to Peter Larman Outdoors Radio. I'm your host Peter Larman, and thank you for tuning in to us today. This is our new episode for 2018, so I want to wish everyone a happy new year and all the best in 2018. And continuing on with what we've been doing in the past couple years with our radio show, we kind of bring out some of the companies that are bringing new and innovative products that are out there that will help your time out on the water or in the outdoors that much more enjoyable. One of the companies that we're going to be talking about today has been on the show before, and kind of when they just started launching back, I believe, probably in 2016, I believe it was. But we were talking with Christian Corley, who's the, I guess, the president CEO of YOLOTek, and there's been so many changes then. And if you remember what it was the Power Stick and the Aqua Stick, and this was stuff that you could use to power your electronic devices while you're out on the water, and so your batteries weren't always dying as you're out there. You didn't have to carry multiple batteries. And what they've done is a really cool product. I believe they won something at ICAST with it back in 2016. And since then, the products have changed, and they've added a lot more cool accessories to their product line. And today on the show, we have Christian Corley, who's going to be telling us all about that. And however, before we bring Christian on the show, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back right after this. You're listening to the Peter Larman Outdoors Radio. Livingston Lures. Livingston Lures is committed to bringing fishermen everywhere innovative, technologically advanced lures designed to flat-out catch fish in fresh and salt water. With an exciting new line of crankbaits, lipless crankbaits, topwater baits, jerk baits, and wake baits featuring a unique sound and vibration technology. Livingston Lures is set to make some real noise across the fishing industry. Hey folks, welcome back. If you're just joining us today on the show, we're very excited to have Christian Corley from YOLOTek. Christian, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us, Peter.
Christian, during the introduction, I remember saying that you and I met back at ICAST back in 2016, I believe it was, and we were going all through the products and great things you had out there. And now that we're talking, and it's about a year and a half later, or a year and a half since then, and YOLOTek has just skyrocketed since we've talked.
We're really blessed about that.
Tell our listeners about, before getting into all the different new products you have, but tell us how YOLOTek has expanded into what it is today.
You bet. So just a refresher for everybody. We started this whole crazy thing when my daddy called me 3 years ago and said his cell phone kept dying on the water, and he said, "Can't you take this navigation light port and plug a stick into it and hold and charge my cell phone and turn it into basically a USB, not a card charger because everybody's got a USB card charger, but a USB boat charger?" And my response to that was, "Oh, I'm sure someone's done that." Well, turns out no one had, so we created. That was what's now called Power Stick 10-inch, and then we showed that to Casey Scanlon, a pro angler, and said, "What do you think we could sell a bunch of these?" And he said, "Yeah, but can you make it hold my GoPro camera?" So now Power Stick 53 goes from 32 inches up to 53, holds and charges your action camera. The two biggest challenges with anglers and anybody having fun on the water that's recording it with GoPro is the batteries die. We spoke to hundreds of people that have caught the biggest fish of their life and didn't get it on the GoPro that they had on the boat because the battery was dead.
I hear you.
So we've been really blessed to listen to my daddy come up with the products, and then just keep listening to our customers who tell us, "Okay, this is great, but now can you do this?" And then we continue to solve those problems. So this year, ICAST, we released Power Lights. So now we have a stick that plugs right into your nav light on your boat, and either in the back or front nav light port, locks down with the locking collar so you can go 70 miles an hour recording your adventures. And on the top of it, there's two USB ports on the top of our stick. So now you can power the GoPro, and now we released Power Light at ICAST that fits right on top of the stick. It's a 510 lumen, real lumen we call it, will light up your entire boat. It's for those folks that either use GoPro and want to have a light or don't get into GoPros at all. And everybody who has a boat loves to have light either early in the morning when they're trying on lures or leaders, organize and tackle, and Power Light will light it all up, and there's no installation, no tools required.
That's pretty cool. Now, let's back up a little bit when you talked about the Power Stick, and so now you said now you've expanded to make it 53 inches.
Yeah.
So it can go up to 53 inches, so which is really cool. You get some awesome footage at that height. And
absolutely.
But now you said now I can also hook up a light. How can I do that if I already got my GoPro attached to the top?
So we actually have a new product that we released on IceCast as well, and it's called Double Barrel. So it's a dual GoPro mount. So now you can mount both your GoPro and the Power Light, and you can keep filming. Usually GoPros, once it starts to get dusk out, it doesn't look really good after that, but now you can have Power Light on there and keep filming all night long.
So, I mean, it's unbelievable. And unfortunately, I didn't get to go to ICAST in 2017, and I know that won't happen again, I can assure you that. But,
it's a good show.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show. But having looked at your website and noticed that now you're gone up to 29 different products that you guys offer at the YOLOTek.com, and that's YOLO with a TEK.com. It's amazing, and I'm just, you're almost in awe about what you've done. And as you know, as your dad said, can you create one of these? And you said, oh, it's already been done, and it hasn't. And now you've taken it from just a charging stick to now it's almost taken up the position of two people, where you would have, if you're trying to film something with someone holding onto a light, someone holding onto a camera, and now you can do all that. It's all hands free. And as long as you've got working navigation sockets, I guess, or whatever you want to call them, on your boat, you got all this for you. And again, the fact that you can extend it to 53 inches with the light on that, you can fish early morning, late at night. Say walleye fishermen love fishing at night type deal. What a great way to get footage when you actually have a fish on. Great for you guys.
Well, thank you so much. And that's what, our customers, the first person who ever purchased the Power Stick 53-inch said, whenever I'm watching Bassmaster events, whenever I'm watching FLW, Major League Fishing, they always have that kind of back of the boat to the front of the boat and kind of that wide-angle view. He said, this Power Stick 53 is just like having a cameraman on my boat.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what we say now. We take it right from the words of our customers. And it's even better than that, too, because the guy always shows up. He doesn't need a lunch break.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Doesn't call out sick.
No, never. No, that's awesome. I know you guys have won. You've won Best in Show for new products and that at ICAST, and you also won Top New Products at the Bassmaster Classic. Again, so for people that don't know what ICAST is, it's it's like the Super Bowl of shows for anybody in the outdoor industry. It's not open to the public; it's open to media and buyers alike. And this is where companies such as YOLOTek, all the major companies, all the big players in the game, where they come out and they showcase what their new products are going to be for the upcoming year. And the media gets to vote on it, and it's, what's good, what's no good, and stuff like that. And for YOLOTek having won at two different shows, ICAST as well as the Bassmaster Classic, is a pretty cool achievement. There's a lot of companies out there that go to ICAST and go to these events every year and enter products and never win. And for for lack of a better word, for startup companies such as yourself 3 years ago, to win that carries a lot of prestige and kind of puts your name on the map when it comes to products like this.
It was such a blessing, and it was, like you said, there's companies that have been there for 15 years and never won, and for us to win on our rookie season was pretty spectacular. Matter of fact, we had a 10 by 10 booth, which is the smallest size that they have, and we had two different companies come over, one that had a 10 by 20 and one that had a 10 by 30, and they both came over at the end of that show and shook our hands and said, "We're so glad we got next to you," because when we won, then we literally the next day we had 10 people in line at any given point in time to interview us, and then they were kind of getting some spillover from that, so they were just thanking us for being next to them in our
Right.
booth. So it was pretty special.
Yeah, it is, and you're right. Once the winners are announced, it's media driven crazy after that.
Oh yeah.
With interviews and press conferences and photographers taking pictures of everything. I was one of them, and it's true. Even as far as media goes, you're in line trying to get in there to make sure you can get an interview, or you get it out on social media or whatever vehicle or avenue you're using.
Great. It's a great show to really see all the stuff that's coming, and also to all the staples that have been there for so long too. It's a great show.
It is, absolutely, and anyone that's in the buyer for any tackle company or distributor or whatever, they're allowed to go to the show. And I would suggest to anyone, if you've never gone and you are part of that industry, whether a buyer or a retailer, owner, and whatever, look it up at ICAST and check these things out. And this is where you get to meet fantastic companies like YOLOTek, and you get to meet awesome people like Christian, like we've met a couple of times before.
Yeah, you've been with us from the beginning, really. It's really cool that we're on the show, because you were one of the first by the booth, and we were really pleased to be on your show anytime.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. And you know what? It's the reason I liked it is it was something that was new. And yes, I know it's always new, but it's not a crankbait. It's not a different reel. It's not a different. This is something that's not on the market, and to see it to grow, like you had, when you talked about it, from an idea, from a concept to what it was back then when you with the aqua stick to what it is today, is phenomenal growth, and it was great to see that rise to the top, if you will.
And then you just never know where things are going to go, and our customers just continue to give us good ideas. So the stick is great. It's got power. It can record all those special once-in-a-lifetime moments. And then some of our customers in Oregon said, hey, it rains every day up here, so now we have what's called silicone rainproof putty. And that's a putty that actually wraps around the cord and goes into the side of the GoPro where the power's plugged in. So then you don't have to worry about it with a little water spray on it, or if it starts raining out, then now our customers can film, and they don't have to just film in nice fair weather, which the weather's not always fair when you're outside.
No, that's true.
And now we have a power cord 12-inch, which is a little power cord that has standard USB on one side, and then on the other is 4 different charging tips. So no matter what kind of GoPro or Verb or action camera, now all the 360 cameras are starting to be used. Mirrorless cameras, there's just all kinds of stuff, and that cord will charge them all. So it's just one, and then now we just released Powerlight, and then we just announced this a couple weeks ago, and I'm pleased to announce it on this show, that now we have Power Station. So
okay, hang on. I just want to stop you there before we get into that. Now, I know we talked about, all the action cameras, the GoPros, the Vibes, and all that.
Sure.
But you guys also started something else with cell phone mounts too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And you still have those? You still have those,
yes,
right?
We absolutely do. We actually have the best phone mount on the market. It's called Phone Mount 360. And what's nice about that is for anybody doing YouTubers or Facebook Live, mounting your phone either in a landscape or horizontal, it'll actually spin 360 degrees. So however you want your camera to be angled, you can do it with Phone Mount 360. David Dudley, FLW Pro, uses it every single day, and now we've got at least 500 customers out there using that. It's a great phone mount. For those people that aren't into GoPro or the action cameras or 360, we can hold it and charge that phone and keep it charged all day long, because those phones go dead. Even good phones that have good batteries, when it's out on the water and it's searching for a signal, they die pretty rapidly, as we all know.
Yep, absolutely. Christian, you quickly brought up something that you guys just released earlier, I guess late last year, since we're now in January. But before we get into that, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, you can tell us all about that, all right?
Sounds great.
Perfect. Folks, you're listening to Peter Lerman Outdoors Radio, and we'll be right back right after this.
Right now, watch thousands of the best outdoor TV shows with My Outdoor TV,
This should be good.
the new app from Outdoor Channel and Sportsman Channel.
That's what we've been looking for.
Stream or download from the largest library of hunting, fishing, and shooting sports content you can't get anywhere else.
Y'all want more? I'm gonna give you more.
Get some!
Thousands of episodes, all at your fingertips. Get your first month free at myoutdoortv.com/Canada.
Using promo code PLO Radio. Hey folks, welcome back. We're talking today with Christian Corley, the CEO of YOLOTek. We were just talking about how they've grown from a company being, basically from idea to conception to prototype to where they are today, 3 years, and a multi-award-winning company for best in show for new products. And we talked about camera mounts for GoPros and the original phone mount that they had with their Power Sticks. Christian, you quickly touched on something that you guys just released about a month and a half ago, and what was that?
And that's Power Station. So where that came from was we had a lot of boat captains and fishing guides that have gotten the Power Stick 53 and record, their customers on board and all the fish catches and all their adventures out there. And what an honor that is to be able to play a little part in capturing memories when people are on vacation or just out on the water having fun. And the boat guys came back to us and said, this stick is great when it's plugged into my boat, but when I get in on the shore and my customers are waiting, sitting around chatting about the event and I'm filleting the fish, we'd like to keep those memories going. Can you put a battery in the handle is what they actually wanted to begin with. Well, we've done better than that. So now Power Station is basically a little bigger than a school lunchbox, and it's a portable marine battery with the nav light port right in the top.
Oh,
so
wow.
now you can take that stick right out of your boat, plug it right into the Power Station, or for those bank fishermen, hunters, anybody that doesn't even have a boat, they can plug it right into the Power Station, the Power Stick right into the Power Station, and now have that portable power for the GoPro, for their cell phone, for the power light, or all of the above, anywhere they want to go. So if they go turkey hunting, deer hunting, in the duck blind, you can take it to your kid's soccer game. You can take that portable power with you anywhere. So it's basically your cameraman to go.
That's phenomenal. And you know what? Like you mentioned it a couple times now throughout the show that you've been listening to your customers, and here's a prime example of it right there. Taking an existing product, which is phenomenal, by the way, and then turning it in now and making it portable.
Absolutely. You just never know where the adventure is going to go, and the biggest thing, I think, a lot of companies just don't listen to their customers enough, and we try to do that as much as we can, and we're intentional about asking, what else can we do for you? Because we want to solve those problems so that they can enjoy the outdoors and have that technology just kind of fade in the background and just go fishing, just go hunt, and just go enjoy the outdoors.
Right on. That's awesome. Now, I don't know, do you have anything else that you guys are working on that you don't have to tell us completely everything, but because it sounds like you aren't a person that will just sit around and not want to do anything else?
Oh, no. We're always working on stuff. One of the things that we try to do, I think a lot of companies will try to rush too many things at the same time. So we try to focus on one product per year. We do have something that we're working on for next year, so stay tuned.
Right on. That's excellent. Christian, I want to thank you very much for taking the time for you and I to reconnect again and to tell us about the Power Station and all the great things that have happened over at YOLOTek. And I want to wish you and everyone there a continued success. Hopefully we run into each other again either at ICAST or before then.
Absolutely. And for all your listeners, you can go to YOLOTek.com, YOLOTEK. YOLO is you only live once. So YOLOTEK.com. And coupon code Peter will get you free shipping.
That's awesome, folks. So take this opportunity right now to get yourself these some of these great products out there. There's a lot of people out there now that are, as Christian was mentioning, filming these adventures that they have when they're out there. And now you don't have an excuse with the power station. Whether you're a hunter or shore fisherman, you can capture all of your adventures wherever you are. Christian, again, thanks very much, and we'll talk to you again very soon.
Great, thanks, Peter.
Folks, that was Christian Corley from YOLOTek, and you've been listening to the Peter Lerman Outdoor Radio Show. This episode was brought to you by George's Marine and Sports, making fun of reality. Livingston Lures, the difference is clear. Mercury Marine, #1 in the water. Nitro Boats, driven be the best, it's our passion. Navionics, Trapper Tackle, rig it, lock it, land it. An Angler's Choice, the Angler's Choice in quality plastics. Folks, I want to take a moment here before we end the show to say a few words. 2018 started with great expectations as tournament season is upon us. The first tournament of the year was the Costa FLW Series event, January 4th, on Lake Okeechobee in Florida. As we all know, one boat did not return at the end of that day, and it turned out that one angler didn't return back safely. The angler was Nick Kaler. Today is January 10th, 2018, and Nick Kaler's body was recovered this morning. I just want to say that fishing is a great sport and we all love doing it. We still have to be aware out there. Safety should always be a priority. Accidents happen, and I'm sure either angler wanted anything bad to happen on January 4th. So let's just be safe out on the water. In closing, I just want to say that from all of us here at Peter Lerman Outdoors, we are sending our prayers to the Kaler family in hopes that closure can come to you during these difficult times. May God watch over you. Amen. And to Nick, have fun fishing in the big lake up in heaven.